learn this, there's no way to unlearn it, pretty much. So thank you for being here. And my promise to you is very simple. If you stay with me in the end, you will love this training, but we're going just for you. We value your time. So just for you to be for being here with me today, I'm going to give you 100% free cable TV, just as a token of our appreciation, just for staying this time with us, distraction free with us, right? So I know that will help you save some money on your monthly bills that are much needed right now. So first of all, who am I? Who is this guy talking behind the camera? Who is Manny Hernandez? I have done a lot along the years in my career, but in a nutshell, I am just a problem solver, guys. I'm a guy that was able to bridge the gap between programming and marketing, and we were able to develop some of the most powerful AI-oriented tools in the industry. And thanks to that, then that gave me leverage to achieve a lot in my career. Now, motivated by the 17 SDGs of the United Nations, we are in a quest to create a new revolution, a new set of tools that will change the market. And we want to talk a little bit about that. And all in all, I'm also a traveler. I was going around the world. On the top, you have here Canada, Australia. Down there in the top right, that's Ushuaia, the glaciers over there. The Komodo dragons in Indonesia. So we were going around the globe, but our trip got cut short due to COVID-19. And there you can learn more about what happened in Embarky.io. But we were going around the globe with a message. It doesn't matter where you are. Nowadays, if you have access to the internet, if you have access to the information, you can make it happen. We were going around the globe doing this, but due to what happened, we had to cut it short. But with me here today, I'm excited because I have some amazing minds here. Rashid Ali, great partner, great guy. So I'm going to let him talk a little bit about himself, and then we're going to talk about who else is here with us today. Oh, I cannot hear you, Rashid. We cannot hear you. You cannot hear you. You may need your mic on the top. If your audio is off, you got no mic, my man. Can you hear him, Rory?
I can't hear Rashid.
Oh, you can. Nope.
I can give him an awesome introduction, though.
Yeah, go ahead, my man, please.
I've known Rashid for a long time, obviously. We all go back a long ways, but, he's a co-founder of Peak ROI, which is a huge, affiliate marketing program. They represent large clients. And, go through his stuff. He's an investor. He's a founder of Omni Cash Network LLC, CN Data LLC, which is a major database company, one that I've worked with for years and decades. And then Stakebase.com Limited, which is a big part of this. But also Stakebase is an incredible cryptocurrency wallet and Stakebase crypto.
Proof of stake exchange.
Thank you. And that alone should tell you he's just on the bleeding edge of technology, and he's part of it. Since 2001, Rashid has been helping his clients achieve double and triple digit growth. I've known Rashid for a long time, and all he does is help businesses grow. He's well sought in for his consulting. I can tell you so much more than what's on here, but we got a mastermind. Hopefully he gets his mic worked in here, because when he speaks, guys, pay attention. He knows what's up. He's been behind some big, big deals.
And now I can hear you over your speakers and back into your mic. There's some echo coming from you, my man. So there's some real
really?
issues going on. Not from you, Rory. I think it's Rashid's side. I want to say it's Rashid's side. So you might want to check your mic settings, guys. But don't worry, Rashid. I'm sure that once I'm done with my slides, maybe you already have that fixed. Exactly. Go out and come back in. But then, of course, you're here. He'll talk. But who he is? We have our Rory here. So who are you, my man? So we hear you talk. But who are you, bro?
So I'm here to help people win. Really, I've been doing this for over 31 years. I've like Manny and Rashid and Peter here, we've done very well. I say here, I'm here to give back. To share the life that I've had, the freedoms I've had to work and generate revenues to fulfill what my family needs and everything there. Just share the lifestyle with everybody else. We created a program 12 years ago called Triple R247, which stands for Reset, Refocus, Recommit. 24 hours a day. It's a pay it forward community with massive numbers and growing of people learning how to market online globally to bring economic value to their families. And it's one of my proudest moments was creating that system. And every day we get to help new people win. And we're a big part of this because what you guys are seeing here is a massive wealth redistribution system that will allow us to raise the economics of families across the globe. It's awesome. That's what I'm here for.
Awesome stuff. So, all right. Also here moderating the call, we have our guy, Peter Bradford, and he's moderating on the back. Let's see. Looks like Rashid is back on the call.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, we can hear you beautifully, my man. How are you doing? Welcome back. Back. So we're gonna get forward. You guys are gonna get to hear from Rashid more down the call. So we want to get into the meat. So if you have any questions at any given time, Peter will be here helping us moderate some of those. But if not, at the end, we're also gonna cover them and we're gonna open the floor. So let's get cranking here. First of all, who we are. We are the Performance Giving Network, a group of philanthropists, and this is like over 80 corporations that partner together to donate the infrastructure needed and the technologies needed, along with all the business models to create the people's network. What is the problem? Companies like Verizon, Comcast, and AT&T has monopolized and centralized what we see, how we communicate, and how we connect to the internet for decades, if not pretty much forever, right? But did you know that as of 2018, over 736 million people were living in less than $1.90 a day, and that over half of the world is still living around $5.50 per day? So think about what's happening here. Companies taking over control of what we see, how we communicate. But usually in third world, in first world countries, we don't see what's happening in the third world countries because we don't, there's a disconnect in the reporting. They don't tell us these things because I was shocked to see how do you live with $1 a day, right? So, this chart that I'm presenting here, it was quite shocking to me to see that as of Q1 of 2020, only 58% of the global population had access to reliable internet. So almost pretty much half of the planet doesn't have internet. And I want to ask you a question. If according with the World Bank, nearly 3 billion people are considered to be unbanked and underbanked. In fact, that's a total of 2 billion people that has no bank account or access to institution or phones or internet. What those people without internet suffer? I want you to imagine for a second that you lose your phone for one day. Wow, I'll go crazy, right? We'll go crazy. So, but now let's take it beyond. So if you don't have phone, you don't have internet, you don't have banks, you don't have access to credit cards, debit cards, no financial products, no credit, forget about experience and credit reporting, right? How those people in these countries can succeed and do well for themselves if the basic underlying services that they need to be able to do that and to participate in business and commerce is not there, that infrastructural layer. Think about it. Lose your phone one day, then come back to me, right? So, but now the question is, why does these big corporations have abandoned these people? Like why? So look at what we saw happen, guys. Like many people lost their jobs in a blink of an eye. It was taken away by a virus. Like, this is not a hypothetical situation. This happened right here in the United States, not only in the United States, but pretty much the whole world shut down. We saw this happen, right? So, most people got caught with their pants down. It's been widely reported that the average American wasn't ready to afford a $1,000 emergency bill. So, how did we get in this situation? Because not everybody's doing bad. Look at Netflix, for example. They're doing amazing, right? So what will it take? This is a question that is very important for you guys. What it will take for you to prepare for the future, so that if something of what we saw happening, comes back later on, you're not with your pants down. What will it take? What it will take for people to wake up, right? So, but let me ask you something. Did you know someone that has lost their job that as a result of a shutdown, or have you? Maybe I want to hear in the chat box. I want to hear it from you guys. Tell me. Type in the chat box. Does anybody here know someone who has lost their job as a result of the shutdown? Let's go to the chat box.
We're getting yeses.
See Chantel, yes. Dora, yes. Yeah, I see it. Flavio, you are sorry to hear, Flavio. Who else? Dave, yes. Steven, I did myself. Sorry to hear about that, Steven. See that, Rashid, Rory? What's happening?
Oh yeah, we see this every day, right? Like it's a reality. It's a big reality.
Yeah, it's a big reality. Yes. Denise, yes. Joanne, you lost your job. Sorry to hear. I'm sorry to hear. Okay, but then, all right. So what can be done to solve this massive issue? And moreover, why did we, the people, allow this to happen in the first place? Like, why? So those are two valid questions to ask. See, I believe that everyone deserves a chance at making a better life for themselves. Give the people a chance to succeed with their hard work. It's not hard, right? A worldwide internet access can make this possible for anyone because of the leverage it provides. Remember what I said at the beginning, who we are. We are the Performance Giving Network. And they donated infrastructure and technologies and business models to create the People's Network. A sea of change is sweeping across the globe. And it's giving the average, everyday people just like you and me the power that big name Fortune 500 companies once held. Not only that, but many of these companies are pretty much giving this away. So the solution is that we're going to use their same technology to fight back all the services that these big tech companies have monopolized for decades. We will build better, faster, securer, and much cheaper than any corporation, and it will be owned by you. Yes, you. See, now let's imagine you live in a city where there are multiple barbershops all mostly running the same type of business. A business model, everybody with a barbershop, and it's in the news, right? Running the same business model. But, really great barbershops look, and they do great marketing, and they got their network, and they book many appointments. But what they do, they book way too many, and people end up waiting 3 hours to get their barbershop. They still allow the walk-ins, everybody come in, and you end up with some barbershops around your town, and you're going to get your barbershop, you grab your phone, you don't know where to go, so you start hitting. You cannot call him. He's cutting hair. He's not going to pick up. We know that. We have all been there. So it's always the same dilemma. And you end up picking a couple. Everybody's full. You end up waiting 3 hours. The whole Saturday went just to get a haircut. You have to allocate the whole day. So, but, meanwhile, there's another barber across town sitting down doing nothing that cuts hair just as good as the other, and has just as many years of experience. So why are you wasting time in the other? So now, what if there was an artificial intelligence technology that knew exactly how many appointments each location had? And it also knew it could handle it, how many appointments a day, how many seats, how many everything about your business, so that you can cut hair, let us handle everything else. So if the demand spikes on your side, we send to the overflow to others. But if the demand spikes in the other side, they send the overflow to you. And everybody, you still add value because you got to cut that hair and better do it good too. Because if that's you still have to win your client. But there's an artificial intelligence managing all this supply and demand. And I'm just talking barbershop here, guys. This you can replicate this across any model. But let's all go right now and get a haircut. What does that mean to you as a customer? And what does that mean to the barber or the nail salon owner or any insert service here? Like this can be duplicated across any service. We're going to use the barber example or the nail salon example as just a pure example here. So if you go get your haircut, right? Finally, you use an app and you call your barber, your favorite barber, to the same phone number, to the same everything, right? But he's busy. He's too busy. The system says, no, you say here, Josh, right down the street. He can take you right now. It's your decision. You can still wait the 3 hours if you want to wait for your preferred barber or you want Josh. You decide Josh. Now you're saving time. Josh goes and does a good job. He cuts your hair. Now, as a customer, you optimize your cutting time. You need to get to that party at night or whatever it is that you're doing. You need to look good, right? That's why you're getting your haircut. Now, when Josh is done cutting your haircut, Josh, if you're the barber, if you're a small business owner watching this, right? What does that mean to you? You're ready to charge for your business. But that's an awkward transaction. You're building a relationship. Now there's a monetary in the way. But what if the app will charge that for you? The app and the technology already knows that he went to you, not to the other. He went to Josh. He took the haircut. Now you are the business. You just press on your app. You tap on your app, and you can push to him. Everybody, you know that what everybody does when they get up from their haircut. Everybody checks their phone. But now you got to go pay, right? You got to walk to the cashier, pay. Instead of doing that, you're going to pay on the app. But now Josh is telling you on the app, how about you buy this shampoo or this treatment for your beard or this extra upsell here? Hear that, small business owner watching this? You can upsell through the app or through the system automatically without having to actually tell it. So all that shampoo and all the stuff that you want to upsell and nobody ever buys from you, you are pushing it, and now all you have to do is just look up as a small business owner and smile, because that customer is going to see that on the app and say, do I want to take the upsell or do I just want to pay for my haircut? What will that do to your cart value, to your overall bottom line as a business? If you, nail salon owner that may be watching this, if you can sell more product to your customers. You don't have to be a sales lady. You have to be a nail salons lady. You do good nails. Let us market. So that's something that AI, we want to put all these crazy AI technologies that once are only available for big tech corporations like Google and Facebook. We want to put all this massive power on the hands of the people. That's what we're doing here, guys. So this is already done. We already created such an AI. We already have it. And that's the beauty of this. So the best part is that we can duplicate the same concept, as I say, across any business model, across any channel. It doesn't matter if it's a barbershop, a nail salon, a plumber, any service-based business across your city can use this technology. So, and once again, banking, retail, hospitality, travel, you name it, we can build flows that cater to all of them. Now, think about this. We live in a world where there's always an ongoing fight between the left and the right. One believes that socialism is the right, that is possible. The other one thinks that capitalism is the proper route. But what if there wasn't like a hybrid? How about we build bridges and create a hybrid of the two? A world where instead of giving people stuff for free, we provide the opportunity they need to capitalize on these technologies. See, everyone contributes in a capitalistic way into the network that houses the infrastructures and systems of the future. See, we are building a decentralized system that would allow these people to become productive members of society and get paid handsomely for it, based, of course, always in their level of contribution. This will be a decentralized entity that is able to share the wealth instead of hoarding it in the way that major corporations do now. Please tell me, guys, where is your money? Real talk. Where is your money? When was the last time Facebook, Messenger, WhatsApp, or Skype, or any of these companies, where's their check? Did they have paid you for anything or all the value? Because who made Facebook worth the $1 billion that they are worth? Who made Amazon or Hulu or Netflix? Who made them rich? You did. Where's your check? Why does Amazon have to be worth $1 trillion or whatever they're worth? Why does Facebook has to be worth, can't they make a healthy profit margin and then reward you, the people who made them rich in the first place? I think you start to see where we're going with these guys. So here's another nugget of information for you to chew on, right? We also live in a world where your personal information has become more valuable than gold, guys. Companies, we all know how to use and take this information and make billions of dollars with it. And you guessed it, you get nothing in return. So, you get a free service. Yes, I can, but money, I can use Facebook. Yeah, but you are the product, my man. Well, you are the product. That's why they're offering you the free service. They're making a heck of a lot of money, and they never pay you anything. So we simply realized, guys, that the system is broken. We believe that people should be compensated for the value that they provide into the networks that they use. Simple concept. Simple idea. Help people get paid for doing the things they already do anyways, like chatting with friends on WhatsApp or Messenger or Link or whatever you prefer app is, or watching TV instead of using Comcast or AT&T or broadband, whatever you use, right? Just to name a couple things. Just to let a couple things. Whether you're using a cable company like Comcast, Verizon, or DirecTV, we can provide the same services that all these multinational corporations offer in a much more optimized, secure, and cost-effective way than anybody else. So it's a shared opportunity. We're looking to create a world where opportunity is in abundance, guys, and the hard work is highly rewarded. The keys to the freedom are giving back to the people as well as their power. What? Yes, power to the people. We call this the People's Network, and it's the cornerstone of the performance giving network. What is in it for you? Now, imagine just for 1 second that you earn around, if you made 5 to 10% of everything those companies that we just spoke about make on your city. We spoke about here Skype, Facebook, Comcast, AT&T. Imagine the reach they have in your city, around you, in your communities. Imagine you made just 10%, not just 10% of the profits that company made in your city. Is that something that interests you? So, but how? How are we going to do that? I just said we're going to build better, faster, securer, and much cheaper than any other corporation, and it will be owned by you. We are the performance giving network, and they donated the infrastructure. They donated the technology, all the business models to create this. So all that hard cost, that impossible things, tasks to do to be able to come into the marketplace and compete, done, ready. Don't worry about it. It's done. There is a prime global impact fund of around $20 billion backing these guys. This program is being implemented through financing and funding of this prime global impact fund, coupled with dedicated and passionate obsession by their principals to improve the standards of the unbacked and the poor people in the world. This is what they're doing. The United Nations SDGs has motivated this impact fund to come across 193 countries, guys. For the first time in history, we have an actionable plan, a roadmap for a beautiful future. where people, the planet, and prosperity thrive. The United Nations and over 193 countries have agreed to achieve these 17 goals by 2030 as an essential way to transform life. But here's the deal. We took care of that. And now I will let our good guy here, Rashid, come on and explain to you guys how is that we built this underlying network. Because first, we have to control the machines. Rashid, tell them about it.
Can you guys hear me well now?
I can hear you loud and clear, my man.
Awesome. So yeah, guys, before we switch over to the slide, take a quick look at this. You can go to the United Nations website yourself later on, check it out. A lot of this information is there on what each of these sustainable development goals means, and what we're talking about today. The layers that we're about to tell you about are all deeply intertwined in all of these SDGs, and you'll start seeing that in a moment when you start learning more about what these SDGs are and how they impact the world. You'll start to see how our infrastructure ties into that. So let's go back to how we solve the problem, right? So we have layers of within our solution. So what we've done is we've created the world's first peer-to-peer wireless network, and we named it the People's Network, obviously because, as Manny told you, we're looking for a decentralized system, and that decentralized system is what we're calling the People's Network because it's owned by the people. In order for these things to work, especially because we've partnered with the United Nations, it has to be decentralized where the sharing of wealth happens for everyone, right? So what this does is it provides a cost-effective way for low-power Internet of Things devices, and this is the first layer, the Internet of Things devices to connect. And just think of having the ability to, and now all of these devices all process data, right? So just imagine for a second, you have the ability to collect all of the data, your refrigerator, your dog collars, e-bikes, smartphones, smart watches, even like the smart cars, thermostats, and those little those Ring devices. All of these devices are sending data, and it's not necessarily your personal data. So don't think when we say data, it's not just your personal data. It's not personal data like you're entering online when you're ordering something. This is the data on how those devices are operating, how their efficiency, where basically location. If someone needs to find an e-bike, obviously they need to find it somewhere. So what we're talking about is Internet of Things devices that collect data. And in case of safety, like an electronic dog collar, you want to know where your dog is, right? So these are the things that these devices are collecting, and you're getting control of that data. And we'll explain to you how this works. So once the data is collected, all of that data is encrypted, keeping it safe. And then it's sold to the corporations willing to pay the top dollar for this data. Now, it's not like they're bidding on this, right? This is these corporations already know they need this data. So unlike the companies in the past, these guys, what we're doing with the Internet of Things devices is they never have to pay for SIM cards to manage data caps and get charged for coverage. So what it is a huge win for companies to get data through you, and basically, it's like a big loss to the monopolies that Manny was talking about earlier, right? Sorry, Verizon. Sorry, Comcast. Sorry for all these people. It's just what's happening is this data right now is actually going through somewhere. As of right now, whether you're involved or not, it's getting transmitted. Now, these companies, in order to optimize their products and to make their next generation of products better, they're having to pay top dollar just to get the data, and it's not even as recent or current as they'd like. So that's where we come in, right? So now let's imagine for a moment, again, going back, just think about this. Now I'm gonna this will start to blow your mind a little bit once we start getting into the details of these, but imagine getting paid for sharing for just getting paid for your favorite chat app. So let's say WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger, whatever you're chatting on, right? Imagine you're getting paid for sharing that sharing your Netflix, or obviously we're not saying to do that. We're saying, imagine you got paid for sharing your favorite TV app, your broadband service, your internet service, and you got paid for sharing services with people. Now, just think about the type of income that you can actually earn from being able to do that stuff, right? So now take a going back to that 5 or 10% that Manny talked about. Imagine you earned exactly how much you're earning right now. Let's say you still had your job, or you have your job. So a lot of people do. I don't want to kind of be doom and gloom. A lot of people still have their jobs and they're still working from home or whatever. But unfortunately, a lot of people have lost their jobs. So in either case, just imagine you had your same job, the income you had from home. From your job, and we're not going too crazy here. And you were earning exactly that amount on top of your regular income, right? So everybody has to keep their job. Let's say you kept your job and you earned double that, basically, from a side gig. Now just think about, I know I went through this 20 years ago. And I was earning, at one point I earned, and this is just going back to my old story. For those of you who don't know me, really quick story. Sorry to detract here, guys. I was homeless at 14. So I know what it's like to kind of be on the streets and be hungry and not have food, and, not even know that there's services for me to help me. And, so I came up from nothing, and here I am now. And so as I was working through jobs, in the 90s, so I don't want to age myself, but in the 90s, as I was working through my jobs, I was learning the internet stuff, and I was learning how to make money on the internet, right? That's what the thing was back then. And what I did was I decided, hey, I'm going to divert this many hours, instead of watching TV in the evening or whatever, I divert this many hours after work to my business. And soon enough, over time, my business earned 4 times my salary. My monthly salary. So I was earning 4 times what my monthly salary is per month. Now, just during the time I actually earned the exact same amount from my side gig as I did on my main business, my life just, my wife and I transformed. We got our cell phone bills paid, our car payment was done, our car insurance was done. We live in New York City. So just imagine how high those things are. Now, just imagine how that would help you change the way you live, right? And that's where the beauty of this is. It's about impacting lives. So, I'm not saying that that's all you're going to make. You can definitely make more, but we just want to keep it very focused on, let's make enough to pay off your bills and cover your business, right? Now, think about not only doing that, but being able to offer it to almost anyone in your city or in the world to be able to do the same thing. How powerful is that? To me, that's extremely powerful. I don't know what everyone else thinks, but this is really, really powerful stuff. And this is how this ties directly into the ending poverty in the United Nations, for the United Nations SDGs. So let's get to layer 1, right? So let's get to the good stuff. So the first step in making this happen is creating layer 1. And we spoke about this earlier. So let me introduce you to our little friend called Helium. And this is the very, very first step in the peer-to-peer Internet of Things network, which we're calling the People's Network. So this is the Helium hotspot. This is what we call the Helium hotspot. And what this does, it connects all of those devices that we talked about earlier, and they will connect automatically. So all you need to do, this is a device that we have, layer 1 of what we're doing. Now, this is just one of many things. You take the Helium, you plop it wherever you want it, in your home, plug it in, set up an app on your phone, and it starts to collect that data. And not only do you earn the income, but it's also mining cryptocurrency. We're not going to get into all those details, but as you guys see right now, cryptocurrency is getting its next wave of earnings. So everyone's going to start getting onto to what we call the blockchain and
adopting. They will start adopting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everyone will start. Yeah, adopting this technology. So you're earning an actual income, and actually this device sends that information to the companies that want it, and you're getting paid back in tokenization and tokens, and then you can cash that out. So that's kind of how the basics of how this works. And what happens with the Helium hotspot is, you guys know your Wi-Fi, right? Your Wi-Fi probably covers maybe 30 feet, 50 feet. A very powerful device will probably cover 300 square feet. A Helium device covers up to 10 miles, right? So just imagine being able to collect up to 10 miles, depending on where you live, 10 miles of data collecting into this device and then being processed, encrypted, and technically sold using tokenization to get that information to the companies. Now, this is kind of obviously it's a little map of how this works. It just you can't really see this because the map's a little small, but we could always share this little image with you at some point. But it just kind of goes to show you have all of these devices connected and collecting that data and sending it over to these companies where you're collecting the income from. And you can have anyone in your city can have a hotspot. So imagine tens of thousands of these in a city collecting millions and millions of device data. So I'll leave this beautiful technology-driven slide to Manny.
All right. So basically, guys, what we're talking about here, imagine and that's where the future is going. All your devices, anything that you have around you, even your shirt down to your shoes, Nike cannot wait to they want to know how you use their shoes. So all this information that they want to collect in order, like Rashid beautifully explained it, to be able to create the next generation of products. That costs a lot of data is where the money's at right now. That's why Facebook doesn't want to charge you to have an account. So, but here's what happens. These big corporations wants to charge for all that, and they charge these companies big time. But what if there was a technology like he's explaining here? We have helium that can cover 10 miles on the low frequency spectrum. So here's where you have your, from your TV, your cell phones. This is where, the 30 gigahertz is where 5G will be located. Then you have your microwaves around here. Then sunlight and the light that you're using just to see this light is around here in the 750 terahertz within the spectrum. But all of these, all the way from radio up, it's regulated by our good old government. And many governments regulate this. Because yes, if you don't handle the waves correctly, you can cause really some harm. So there's a reasons for them to regulate the way people use the devices that connect to these waves that we don't see but are all around us. But they left something behind. They cannot get past that. So they say that around this very low frequency network, there's no regulation. So the cat is out of the bag. So that's where, when you go to Walmart and you scan yourself, that's the frequency that little card is using. So that's where we are. So now we have this hotspot that can cover 10 miles in this same range. It's not regulated, 100% legal. And it's living where? In your garage, your neighbor's garage, and their garage, all around the city, around your neighbors, all these devices placed collecting. And I wanted to share my screen real quick if I could, because you guys will love this right here. Right here. I don't know. And am I showing my screen? You guys see it?
Yeah, you're showing. Yes. It's a little small.
So this is already being built. This is all the hotspots that we're talking your helium. This is a live network as we speak, right? So I just wanted to give a real quick visualization of how everything works, because this is global. We already started building it. We're pretty much there. We already passed the return point. This is happening, and the next few weeks will be very exciting. I cannot reveal some stuff here yet on this call, unfortunately, but very exciting stuff coming. And this is it. This is happening, this hotspot right here. And I'm going to go back real quick and stop sharing, and then back into the slides real quick. I don't want to stop it. I want to, can you guys see my slide? Wait a second. Why I cannot stop it and start? All right. We can see the slides again, right?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So basically, I just wanted to show guys, because this little hotspot right here, if you deploy that, you will make money. And I know Rashid spoke about cryptocurrency, and don't worry. Just know that if you don't understand all the, you say, Manny, but that's a wave ahead, crypto tokens, all this, don't worry. All of that is taken care of for you. We disclose it because that's how the transaction moves, so that we can decentralize everything and make it transparent. But the way, basically at the end of the day, you see cash, you see, and you can use whatever is the token, whatever you want to call it, because money is money. It doesn't matter, right? as long as you can use it to buy whatever you want, just like you do with money or anything. As long as you can buy whatever you want, we're good. So, but we already made that all happen to you, so you will love it. So this hotspot won the Times Magazine 2019 Best Invention Award because of what it can do in that such low frequency and collect all this data from all these devices and giving it through your phone and your app to the companies. So, and this is not all, this is layer one, guys. We first built, which is already built. I just show you the globe. Layer one, which is the PGC Helium network, which is the first stepping stone of a much bigger plate, which is providing a wide range of services to billions of people that otherwise couldn't access it. So they wouldn't have access otherwise with it. So you can be part and contribute to create this network that ultimately is aimed to lift millions out of poverty. So once again, there's over half of the world that doesn't have access to any of these services, guys. And we already have the global coverage. We will get into that later. But you can be part of something bigger. You heard of that saying that says, well, we're going through the biggest transfer of wealth in history. Well, this is even bigger than that. This is the biggest sharing of wealth in history of humanity. And I know, this is serious stuff. You can own a city. Yeah. As a city owner, you can make 10% residual income of everything that is deployed on your city, no matter if it's sold by you or not. Once it doesn't matter who deploys the hotspot. If you own the city, your city makes you money. The more hubs you deploy, the more money you make. Yes, you don't have to be a tech guy. You don't have to wait on other people. You don't have to pay for a bunch of other stuff. We take care of all of that for you. But you may be asking yourself, Manny, how can that be possible? Me owning a city? Somebody called the manager, please. This guy went crazy. Did you go nuts, Manny? He is telling me, guys, that you can own a city. How is that even possible? The government owns a city. What are you talking about here, man? Right? So please allow us to explain. I know it gets crazy, but this is true, and you will see it here. We have not gone crazy. Now, who are still here with us? Are you ready to hear what else we got cooked? Give us a huge yes in the chat box if you want to know how is that money didn't go crazy and I can own this city and make all this money. How is that even possible? So give me a huge yes.
Thumbs up, guys. Let's make sure you guys are with us.
Yes. I see Christine. All right. Yes. Okay. All right, Flavio.
Getting a lot of yeses there. Yep. Lots of yeses. All right. Awesome, guys. So yeah, let's move on. We're super excited to share this part with you. So you guys are probably wondering, how can this be possible? How is it like, Manny's a crazy guy, he's very, he's very animated, he'll tell you this stuff. And then you're like, is this guy nuts? And the truth is, no, he's not nuts. And we're not saying that you're going to own the real estate in your city, but, stranger things have happened. But what we're saying is this. So the People's Network, the hubs is part of layer one, and layer one there's a lot more to it. So like Manny said, want to build it bigger, faster, better, cheaper, and share that wealth, right? So here's where, and owned by you. So here's where things get a little nuts. We've developed, because one of the things, the cornerstones, and some of the things that Manny mentioned very, very early on in this this webinar is there's entertainment and communication. Those are really two of the biggest things besides data that we're working with right now on layer one. And entertainment and communication can transform the world. You see it in Facebook, you see it in Netflix. Hulu, all the apps, Apple TV, Disney Plus, all of these things are all, you got the WhatsApp, the Telegram, everything.
You
all
made
these
them
companies
filthy rich.
Yeah, we're all
Rory.
making them filthy rich, right? We all made them filthy rich, but that's about to change. And this is why, this is how another reason we're tied into the United Nations, where we're just going to flip it. And so what we've developed is a Prime One Chat app. And what Prime One Chat is, it's a peer-to-peer app. There's zero go-between. So you guys know how you use Skype, and somehow your Skype data is stored somewhere where you can log it into another computer and it's there, right? So why is that? That's because your data is being stored, and all of your conversations are being stored and can be used in your favor or against you should a hacker or someone ever get in between and hack their system. So what Prime One Chat has done is it's another peer-to-peer operation where what you talk about, and Manny loves to give this, what you talk about with your boo-boo on this side is between you and your boo-boo. So that's exactly what it is. When you talk, when you have a business conversation, it's end-to-end, it's encrypted, and so it's between you and that person, and that's
and no servers in the middle, like, because people can say, but WhatsApp does that already. First of all, WhatsApp doesn't pay you back for all the money you make them, but that's aside. Let's put that aside.
Yeah.
WhatsApp still store the data in the server. They need their servers to operate. We don't. This is a true serverless operation, and that's what makes this
communication.
So.
Yeah. Another thing that it also does is so when you have low bandwidth, let's say you're in a place where there's a lot of people using the app to talk or chat, and especially when you're on the phone, for example, Skype, if you're in a very busy area, your Skype conversation is pretty much garbage. So what happens with this is I believe even on a 2G connection, right? It will save your conversation. So
the reality is, Rashid, you don't need this. I love technology because the reality is that you don't need, if you have the app and your wife has the app and they're within proximity, you disconnect from everything. You can turn off your NFC or your Bluetooth, and you guys can use the app and chat serverless. True P2P talking. So you disconnect from the network. But yes, you're right, Rashid.
So just imagine, right? So Manny brought up WhatsApp right now. So let's just you guys may not know this, but WhatsApp is going to start advertising. Why? WhatsApp is part of Facebook's advertising network, where Facebook makes all of that money. Just about all of that money, besides Instagram. And Facebook owns Instagram as well. So just keep some of these things in mind and think about the billions of dollars that they're buying these companies for. I don't know what they bought WhatsApp for, but they own it.
$6 billion.
$6 billion. Okay. So just imagine that, right? So we, the people, created their company for them. It's just no different than Google, right? I mean, we are the people that actually did the searches that helped their AI and their algorithm create more and more search results for us, right? Way back in the 90s. Same thing with Facebook, and same thing with chat apps. It's no different. I mean, Telegram came out of nowhere, right? And pretty much it became the thing that everybody used. And then post quarantine, WhatsApp blew up, and everybody left. A lot of people left Skype, but still, all of these companies are worth billions. So what happens? What's going to happen right now with WhatsApp is it's going to be advertising supported. And that's where Prime One Chat comes in, because what we're going to do, each of these applications are connected to a wallet system. So when advertising and in-app purchases and any of these things happen, the revenue and the income gets shared with the person that shared that app out. So let's say you referred 20 people and they're spending money. Well, you're getting a percentage of that spend. That's being built into these apps right now. Right now, the apps are actually usable where you can actually communicate, but they're going to be updated and bringing all of these services into Prime One Chat. Now, oh crap! Guess what, guys? We forgot to tell you something. I don't think we said this at the beginning, unless I missed it when you guys lost me there. But
we did say it. Free TV at the end. Free TV at the end.
So we're going to be giving you a code to get free TV, so the next iteration, the next thing that we're going to talk about is our Prime One TV. Currently, as you see some of these channels here, we have, I don't know the number of channels that are, because they're constantly adding more channels, but all of the premium, all of the live sports,
everything,
news channels, premium TV. There's a library. There's a DVR where there's a 7-day playback period where you can record your shows, and within 7 days you can play it back. It'll store that for you. It's all done virtually, and so this app is amazing. And when advertising starts getting put in there, there's going to be advertising in there. The same concept. We're just like YouTube shares ad revenue, and that's where you have these millionaire YouTubers. Well, you guys can literally be watching TV and earning revenue from.
Yeah, imagine that Facebook. You see Facebook ads every time, every 3 scrolls, and you see an ad. Imagine, well, they're presenting the ads. You may take action or not on the ad. That's a different story. But you added value. You are using their app. They're presenting advertising to you, and thanks to that, they make money. How about they? Yes, we want them to make a profit. Companies have to make a profit. We all agree on that. Capitalism, we love it. But how about they make a healthy profit margin, and the rest after? How many private jets does Mark Zuckerberg need? Or Jeff Bezos, right? It's all about being realistic. Yes, be a millionaire. Yes, be an entrepreneur, make millions. But come on, then how about we give a good portion of that wealth back to you, the people who made them wealthy in the first place. That's what we're talking about, whether it's TV, chat, WhatsApp, Facebook, and so on.
And that's the concept behind Prime One TV and Prime One Chat. So you guys are going to get access to free TV. At the very end of this webinar, you'll get a code, and you can go grab your free TV and start seeing how the app starts to work for you. And I believe it's both on mobile and desktop as well right now, right? Correct? Yeah.
It's everywhere. It's on Roku. It's on Google Play Smart TVs. It's everywhere. And if you see some glitches, please report. We're trying to make it better and better, right? So please report if you find a bug.
Yeah. So here's the thing, and here's the powerful thing about this, right? So now when we were talking about this own your city thing, you're probably thinking in your brain, well, what the heck are these guys talking about, own your city? Now imagine, just like we mentioned, all those current apps that you know about right now. We're introducing you to the new ones. All those current apps that you know about right now, imagine they were paying you. So, and imagine they did the marketing, loaded people up into your infrastructure, loaded people up in your city, and you actually got paid for it. So what we're trying to accomplish right now, what we're working on, and we're actively doing this marketing, is an 100% done for you, what we call freemium marketing model. And we're going to get into a little bit more about the freemium, but just imagine what Manny was talking about with the AI app. What about the Prime One TV and Prime One Chat? Remember, Manny was mentioning the barbershops early on. Imagine you were able to give all of these businesses free TV, free chat, an AI that actually does their appointments for them, and we did all the marketing.
Free internet,
right.
All of that.
So anyone that comes into, especially for city developers, for people that come into your city, all of this revenue and all of these users are going to be coming into in your city under you. So we're actually taking care of a lot of this national and then international marketing for you. So we have the budgets already set aside for it, and all of these apps are going to be individually marketed. They're all technically individual products that are being marketed independently, and all of the user base that, depending on the city that they fall under, will go right under. We cannot hoard this income. So if you guys get what we're trying to accomplish here, because this is one of the SDGs to end poverty and to help people communicate and to improve technology and education. That's just some of them, right? So we cannot hoard this income. This income has to be shared, and so any of the marketing that we do has to come under the users that are city developers and team leaders in the cities. So, and everything that we've talked about so far is still layer one. Now, there's going to be more, but stick with us because this is just layer one that we've talked about. We've talked about Helium. We've talked about the Omni AI. We've talked about Prime One Chat, and we've talked about Prime One TV.
And we're just getting started.
So I'll let Manny take over here.
Okay. Let's talk about layer 2 real quick. So this is first of all, what we're allowed to do. Because there's so much that is coming in the future, guys, and we're gonna get some of that if we have time in the questions side, because there's not within the scope of this call to talk about everything. But I'm going to start talking about what's coming 6 months to a year. So everything that we have spoken till now is layer 1 is here today. It's ready. I showed the infrastructure. Helium's being deployed everywhere. This is happening. Layer 2. So on layer 2, we have the Amber. The Amber, it's like the helium, but on steroids. Now think that helium. Imagine that helium hotspot, and now becomes this layer here module, the IoT module inside the Amber. And everybody that comes, there's a grandfathering program that will happen in a year from now where it's going to swap. But now, out of your garage, out of your neighbor's garage, out of everybody's garage, we're building the biggest, largest mesh network technology in the whole globe with proper, total, global coverage. And I will explain this here now. If we go back real quick, because this is the best way I can explain it, to here, I want to show this, right? So we already have a couple Ambers that are being deployed as tests and whatnot, so they're represented here. If we go down here on this globe, I can pinpoint in real time to every helium that is already in the network, every single one of them, but also every Amber. This is very test network still, but it's going to get built really fast once we do the swap over. But what I want to cover with that is that now, these satellites, what you see floating around the globes are satellites. They are not owned by us or whatnot, but we own the points of presence on Earth. So the satellites, SpaceX, OneWeb, several other companies are trying to race to get this mesh of satellites. But what people don't understand is that for the satellites to be able to provide global coverage to the Earth, they need what is called the POPs, the points of presence on Earth. So they connect to the points of presence, and through the Amber mesh, we take these two globally. Like we have the strongest in global internet provider in the globe happens when this goes live. So basically, instead of being Comcast providing just certain states of the United States, we, with your help, with the help of the people, you and me, we will be the largest. We will become the largest internet service provider. And with that, everything that comes with it follows suit, as one will understand.
And so you're offering this to everyone around the globe, especially the impoverished and people who can't afford internet, so that they can just basically raise themselves up out of poverty and actually have the resources that we can offer banking, we can offer internet, we can offer all these services that we have been speaking into the beginning. All these guys that have nothing, we can start offering that to them, and you make money out of that. Everybody in your city, that there's a lot of stuff already being deployed that we cannot talk about, but believe me when I say, guys, when you make 10% of all of this, it is just like a money machine coming in thanks to these devices and all this network that is being built. But we want to put this in the hands of the people. That's the dilemma that we have. We are not allowed to hoard these. I wanted to deploy this myself in 1,000 cities. I wasn't allowed, Rashid. I wasn't allowed, Rory. So we need to put this in the hands of the people, because out of everybody's combined helping us deploy these is that we can do that level of coverage. And then several services, you can have, all these countries already involved, all these companies, already several organizations, the United Nations alone and their reach alone is all we need, but there are several other things that are coming on board to help us out to make it happen. And you are going to be part of this. You're going to have your app. You can even sell Wi-Fi connections and all that. It's already, like I said, all the technology, all the business models, everything is already in place. So are we good so far? Give us a big thumbs up on the chat, guys. If so far so good, we have been talking about, a little bit of what is the layer 1, how the technologies work, how we're going to deploy them into the cities, how they're going to start making us incomes in various ways, and how you're going to start making 10% and all of that. And we're just getting started here.
No, we're almost there, guys. There's a lot of stuff that are not within the scope, but believe me, guys, when I say this is an amazing opportunity. So we are with me. Oh, Christine, awesome. Steven, Jan, Gina, awesome, awesome. So this is Angela, awesome. Yes. So thank you so much. We're here. Let's talk a little bit about my technology, the AI technologies. Remember that barbershop example, dividing all this. These AI power flows are already around a couple months out of being deployed, but we need the network first. So now imagine this, going back to what Rashid was saying. Imagine you can go to any business around your city, not just you, anybody in your city can. And imagine that you can offer any business owner, hey, you can get an Amber. I will give you an Amber with free tea, and you will be able to provide free internet to your customers. Don't every business owner wants to provide Wi-Fi to the people waiting in the room? You go and deploy an Amber, and you cut all these expenses out of the business. Now, instead of a bill, he has something that makes him extra money. Now tell me, what business owner, smart business owner, will say no to that in your city? So if you can go to any business and say, I'm going to deploy these virtually free, I'm going to give you a free TV, I'm going to give you free AIs, all for free, and you're going to deliver to them. That's very important. Delivering is very important. Now he can, instead of having to pay Comcast for business Wi-Fi so that he can serve his customers, which is another huge bill, he is actually giving free internet, since we can advertise just like any Facebook or anybody can to those people using the internet, right? He makes money out of that, and he cuts off those expenses. I know, guys. I know. So that's just to give you an idea of the possibilities. And I'm not even getting into the real cool stuff, which is this also acts as a miner, and it mines cryptocurrency, and it keeps the whole decentralized network secure, 100% unhackable, 100% trusted, and 100% everything. So I'm not even counting that fact. I'm not even counting the fact that we will also have an LTE model in there that is going to be able to provide now a cellular signal and be able to provide actual cell. We become a cell provider on top of an internet provider, but that's after the fact. So there's a lot of stuff here, guys, that really, if we were to dive into all of these, we will be here forever. But I just wanted to make sure that we point out all this great stuff that is coming here, because the opportunity here is just amazing. And I'm sure that you guys can see it too. So the CRM, all of this, once again, is going to cover everything, every small business, and you're going to join the network, be the network. We cover everything, marketing, sites, and all. But now I want somebody who has been a little bit quiet, but nonetheless has so much value to add to the conversation. I want to bring up my good old boy, Rory, because he has some of stuff to share about how then his network takes over and takes this up to the next level. So Rory, my man, take over.
All right, so I'm just going to start out by you guys. There's a lot of information here. It's like, here's a fire hose and drink it and understand where it's going. There is so much awesome new things we're taking to the world. It creates income streams that we're sharing with everybody. That's the general consensus. 12 years ago, we put together RR247, and it's a training and support team. And it is perfect to teach everybody, no matter what your knowledge is. If you can turn your computer on, great. We can work with you from that forward. So if this is all above your head and cryptocurrency is above your head, we have one-on-one training to support you with this whole process. And it comes with this whole thing. So we've got literally hundreds and hundreds of instructors that know all about this. So we're already fully involved. We're already deploying it. And we teach you how to go from start to building the incomes that this provides. Okay. So, we are a community of entrepreneurs. We've been creating real, proven, sustainable methods and solutions for economic strength and independence for those willing to be teachable and coachable in methods of online marketing. And that's where we focus, is online marketing. We know how to build incomes. We know how to build client bases, and we know how to teach you to do the same. And I'm just going to tell you, we look at all this, these hard times, and like during COVID, the pandemic, there's recessions, there's been depressions. For 12 years, we've just done nothing but grow and make money continually through those hard times. We just do things differently. We're part of an ever-changing evolution of employment solutions. Triple R247 is an always growing community that is already marketing and gaining users and clients. I want you guys to know that what you're seeing here, we're already building clients for it. It's in full motion. We're not talking about something that's coming. We're telling you this is here, it's great, and it's going to keep getting better, but we're already putting customers in this, like all the time. And, again, over 12 years of making, we have over 12,000 trained online marketers that are deploying this out across the globe. I see people here that ask that this is a worldwide plan. And yes, we focus right here at home in the US, but we span, training instructors and our users already all over the world. So we're already doing that, and we have a very uniform way to do that. It's just we started here in the US because we're here in the US, had a lot of control. Now we're bleeding out to the rest of the areas, and we are going to do a global. It's, our network, our Triple R247 training and support team is producing growth, training, and success through duplication. Meaning we figured out systems to market, we teach people how to do that, we work in team settings, and we help everybody do stuff here. I tell everybody that gets involved, the only way to fail is to quit. If you show up and get trained, and we're training all the time, guys. We help you from day one to go forward. This is a movement. It's not a one-time thing. It's not a year thing. We're going to be making this better and better and better. And I'll just tell you, timing-wise, those that started with us at the very beginning and are seeing the incomes come in, not one's regretting it because it's getting better and better and better. It's just awesome. I tell people all the time, you're always looking for that opportunity, that once in a lifetime opportunity that changed your life and changed the life of your descendants and generations to come. This is it. We know this is a home run. That's why big marketers are coming in to being part of this. We know what this means, and it's a really big way for us to help a lot of people. So that being said, we're here to support everybody that becomes part of this. We are fully backing the Performance Giving Network with an entire infrastructure for training. I'm going to go on here just a little bit more. We have a process we call the New Way. It's building economic success. We do not believe in the boss and employee model. We believe in the partnership model, allowing the sharing and disbursements of income and profits to those that are building the business, meaning you have the way to earn what you're worth. There's no ceiling or cap on what you make. We get paid based on our involvement and our involvement in the systems and working with everybody else. Everyone that became involved with the Performance Giving Network has access to all the building tools that we have here at Triple R247. It's included. There's no training costs. There's no other, for that. You get involved here, you get access to all of our support. We are committed to provide training, support, and even marketing support for the success of all involved here with the Performance Giving Network. And that includes paid marketing that we support you with. Everybody here is a collective of minds that have done very, very well in the space. We're, by all rights, geeks. I'll just say that. We're I wouldn't even say self-proclaimed. We get technology, we get how to use it and to make money while we have an enjoyable life. Every one of us here travels a ton. Every one of us here can buy whatever we want to buy. We make decisions differently than those that don't have income. We're trying to share that way of wealth and accumulation with everybody. There's so much to go around. That's what we get to do here. And I'll tell you, my wife and I, the thing that we get to do is provide marketing and training of that marketing to help anybody. So if you're brand new into this and maybe you've never done online marketing before, you have people willing to not only show you how to do it, but to actually finance the marketing behind the growth of the customers. I'm just going to put that out. It's a very big, heavy statement. That's what comes with Triple R247. We have what's called performance blogging. You're going to like the word performance. That means that it performs. I created a system called a PBS, or Performance Blogging System, again, 12 years ago with the creation of Triple R247. It utilizes online marketing and blogging, performance blogging, and we've got this entire community of instructors to pay it forward. Meaning we pass down the training to build multiple streams of income, which this represents. We make money from television, chat, gaming, so many other things that are coming out, and we show you how to cross market and do things in a way to really grow and create commerce, customers, commissions, ongoing residual commissions, meaning we get paid each and every month they're on the services, and that allows you to really build a foundational income, and allows you to gain in economic time and financial freedom. We're able to make money across the world and create income streams from customer bases that we share everywhere. So we've got access for, you're going to see as we break it out. This is about taking incredible methods for spreading success through training and provided marketing to all of our partners. We're in this together to build together, and we have a lot of people that have been very successful. We have people making incredible incomes that are paying it forward with every new person that comes into the Performance Giving Network to offer you training and support to teach you how to do things, including the basic stuff. We start you from the ground up and build you into as big as you want to go. And we know how to bring revenues in. We're dealing with incredible products and services that people want and people consume, and it generates ongoing income. I always want to just reach to the screen and grab everybody and just shake them and say, this is what this is what we've been building towards for something we could give to everybody. Everybody should do this. We're already buying the services. We're already consuming the services. It doesn't need to build this big corporate America. We need to build each other. We need to help our local communities grow. We need to help each other to benefit. There's so much out there to do that. Why have it funneled to a few people? It can feed the entire world. That's what we get to do here. The RR247 and the Performance Giving Network are sharing success, again, with all that can learn, be teachable, and are willing to change their future and the future of their generations. What we build isn't get rich quick, but it's get rich smart. We're getting paid by actions, not just trading dollars for time. It's a whole new way of things, and that's what everybody here that you're listening to, that's how we get paid. We get paid by actions. We're just taking our knowledge and the tools we use and the services we get to market and sharing them with you here in the Performance Giving Network. There are vast ways to build success and create wealth. It takes a village to raise a child. And if you think about it, we are all children when it comes to learning something new, right? We got to start over. It's a lot of information. And that's why we've got our network here, RR247. It's the constant force of training and support. It literally makes success available for anyone that's teachable. And, it doesn't matter where you came from, we're going to build with you. You're going to have complete support. And I don't mean here's a call, here's the video to watch. I mean support. There's a whole system, a whole path of training that we're constantly improving, updating with the stuff that we add. And trainings are literally every day. It's a real thing. We're here to create anywhere from hobby incomes to full-on career, life-changing dream incomes, because you can do that when you don't have a measure of time to stop you. It's about leverage and working smart, and that's what we get to teach everybody. Information is education. In the education and learning process, we're able to teach a person how to fish. And I want you guys to understand, we're part of a bigger movement here to end poverty in the entire world. We're here to teach everybody how to fish and to be part of this ever-evolving online world. In case you guys haven't noticed, everything's going online. More and more services are going online, and we're here to teach the world how to operate within that so that they don't get left behind. To share the right programs and directions that allow a way to end poverty and create a better way of life. That's what we're here to do. And we offer, again, included training for the various aspects of education, the basics, right? Team building, marketing, and growth throughout each and every week. From recorded trainings, new updates, and live interactive training, and online classrooms. Guys, we support this completely from A to Z. RR247 is already building and training agents, team leaders, and city developers. I want to stress this. This isn't brand new. We've been working on this for several months. We're getting near a year when we got involved at RR247 here, and we're already moving. This is an everyday thing for us already. So this isn't like a brand new thing, guys. We're going to be building it. It's already in motion. And all I can tell you is the sooner you learn and get part of it, the better. Because, things are fast and changing. It's a constant moving, I call it a train of greatness because it's constantly moving and becoming greater and greater. And the more you know and are part of it, the bigger the opportunity becomes because it's always growing. Again, it's already in full motion around the globe. We've got trainers all over different continents. We're getting there. It's just happening, right? It's one of those things that you can spectate and watch what we're doing because it's happening, but why not be part of it, right? We connect each and every agent, team leader, and city developer with one-on-one instructors. And I'm just going to throw this out. This is done in coordination with the entire Performance Giving Network and Triple R 247's combined goals. We're here to help you grow and help you develop. That training, you guys, this training doesn't cost anything extra. I wanted to stress this out. Most programs out there would cost tens of thousands of dollars in coaching and training for what we're doing. We do it because what we're doing here is to better the world. It's all done on a win-win scenario. The more you gain, the more we gain. We're all in this together to build, right? And the training is always included and made available for agents, team leaders, and city developers here with the Performance Giving Network. Manny, do you want to walk people through how this process goes?
I can surely do that. So here we have a little bit of an organigram, so showing a little bit of the structure because in a way that most people can understand. So we are the Performance Giving Network. Under this umbrella, we have country servers. Those are gone. You cannot, they flew off the shelves. Then city servers, we're going to be talking here next on the next few slides about city servers, team leaders, and agents, because these are the opportunities that are here. But as you can see, they are at the top. This is not MLM or none of that, guys. So, but every company is built in a structural way. So we are building in the same way any organization will, but giving all this power back to the people. Tipping Circle is right there in the middle, holding your VCO, your app, security, identity, and moreover, your money. We have to get paid some way, right? From there, we have all the marketing, call centers, influencers. We have a whole marketing, we have been doing this for so long, guys. And remember, as I said at the beginning, this is part of the Prime Impact Fund. There are $20 billion fund on top, helping us get all these deployed and marketed out, distributed where? Across all the services that you see at the bottom. Helium, Prime One Chat. This is CSPN is the gaming system. Citizen journalism. There's a lot of stuff here that you say that we haven't been able to talk yet because of the scope of this call will not allow us to go into everything. But we wanted to show real quick all the stuff that we're working on: entertainment, education, performance blogging, Omni, all the infrastructural technology that is empowering a lot of the stuff on the back. For all the small businesses, all of this is right here, right now. But first, you need to choose your city. So we're already clear. So you can own your city. So you first need to choose it. Why? Because there are just so many cities. So I'll be honest with you guys. This is not going to be around for long because the problem is that once all the cities are sold, they're sold, right? Well, there's enough cities. There's nothing else to do. So we want to make sure that you can own your city. So I am offering, should be able to see below or to your right of your screen, an offer popping up, letting you know, so you can go and check all the available cities. So you can go there and check all your available cities. That should open on a new tab, should be coming up, and you can check all your cities. I'm gonna also copy the link if I can, and I pop it on the chat for everybody to see, just in case somebody doesn't see. But if you want to make 10% of all these things that we have been talking about, we have talked about empowering small businesses with tons of tools. We have talked about the layer one of the network, Helium, which empower all the smart devices so that we can make a ton of money from all the smart devices around your city. And the best way I explain it, this is how I like to explain it, guys. All right? So imagine, that drone, everybody knows that Amazon is playing with drones, trying to deliver packages with drones. So we're moving into the future. Imagine a future in which you don't have to go out and work. You, as a person, you just own a couple drones. What does those drones do? They work for Amazon. They go out, they pick packages on Amazon, and they deliver those packages to people around your city. They come back home, your house, you give maintenance, charge them, and whatnot. Who makes that money? You make that money. Now, but instead of that, well, I don't want to wait until Amazon deploys all their drones or until Tesla finally makes my car drive around and give people Uber rides alone so that I don't have to be driving. So imagine that. Instead of Uber, the ultimate side hustle nowadays is what? Drive an Uber. But what about if you stay home with your family and your car goes alone and drives people around and makes you money? That's the future. If you're looking what's happening around you, you know that's the future. How about you position yourself in the middle of several of these transactions? This is what we're talking about here, guys. So you start choosing your city. You should be able to see it, what's available and whatnot. They're flying off the shelves, guys. So how you own your city. So basically, we're going to do global marketing. You're going to get with the city, you get free Prime 1 TV, of course. Everybody gets up to date, one chat. You make 10% revenue of all the products or services of your city. On the screen I have for New York City. Imagine, look at that picture for a second. Imagine how many smart devices are just within that block. Now imagine that just within that block, you had 2 or 3 hotspots, people that are deploying these hotspots, right? Around that block, and it's collecting all this data. And you can sell all
the
this
city you live in. You can own it.
Oh, no, you don't. And we will talk about, you don't have to own the city you live in. Yeah, that's 100%. Yes, later on, we can be able, if anybody has any other questions, we'll be able to get one-on-one for those of you who are more interested or need extra. And here you can ask any questions, Justin, for sure. You can ask any questions you have and we'll try to cover it. We'll have a section for questions here coming up here in a couple of slides. But I just wanted to show the opportunity, making all this money from all these services. Now, I want to talk what was the cost to deploy this, the real cost to deploy the infrastructures, the hubs, the technology, the city, the marketing, all this stuff that we are being talking about here, guys, is literally $5 million. Now, I get it. Some cities are bigger than others. We average everything out. It doesn't cost the same to deploy on New York that it costs to deploy on Alabama. We can all agree on that. But to make things simple, what we did is, this is the total cost to deploy in every city. We're going to divide the cost and we're going to average out, and basically it came out to be around $5 million. The cost that all these philanthropists had to put from the $20 billion fund and all that stuff in every city just to deploy all these technologies. But don't worry, we're not going to charge you $5 million. We're not crazy. I know you don't got that. But you don't have to pay that because this is an SDG advised fund that have done an endowment to cover all the costs of this technology. So thanks to the connections with the United Nations, the Prime Global Impact Fund that has over $20 billion in it, it has a board and everything to be able to release and do everything. It's helping us create all this happening, and we need you. That's why you're key on this. If you jump on board, you will get in the middle of all this that is coming down, guys. But you need to get in the middle of this. I am here, 2 years down the road. When you look back, you cannot say, I will say, I told you so if you don't jump in this, because this is the organigram. This is all the services, and there's even more coming of all the stuff that we'll be able to offer under the Performance Giving Network. So what is your investment today? It's only a one-time $40,000 per city. I get it. I know that you may not have $40,000 in the bank right now, but that is the true cost. We analyze everything, and the least that we can take per city, if you're going to own so much, think about how much forever you can pass this to your descendancy, the kids of your kids. You own the city forever as long as you cover the fee of owning a city. If I want to own these bits, I have to pay the money, right? So I pay, it's mine, $40,000. But we also understand that you may not have $40,000 in the bank. And we want to make sure that you don't miss this opportunity. So we can finance the city. The price is $40,000. Blunt, I'm not going to do marketing gimmicks. I'm not going to do anything. This is true cost, $40,000. If you have them one time, right now you want to buy the city and that's it, that's the payment. But if you can't, we can finance this option over 5 years. So this is not at $795 per month forever like other programs. No. This is, the cost is $40,000. You're going to own the city. It's your city, right? You're going to pay it over 5 years. You're going to lease the city out in a way, for lack of better words. And you're going to pay $795 a month. That is our offer. You make 10% of everything. And our goal It's not a guarantee. I'm not going to come with cheap guarantees or marketing gimmicks here, guys. I respect your intelligence. But our goal, and we're experts here, is we're looking to see if we can bring positive ROI for you, meaning that we can generate you from your city enough to at least cover that $795 within 90 days. I'm not going to say not everybody will meet that standard, but that's kind of like the average. So we're looking at between the first 3 months, that your first 3 payments, if you will, we are looking to help you out through several of the stuff that me, Rory, and Rashid have been speaking about here today, to make sure that your city and you are making hopefully more, right? Hopefully more than what the payment for the city over the next 5 years. So think about it like you buy a house, right? You get the lease, you're responsible for the payment, and now you go rent the house, and the house pays itself. That's what we're looking to do here.
To get you guys to a break-even point.
Yes, we're trying to get you to break even within 3 months, but please don't hold me to it because there's a lot of moving pieces. And I'm not going to here to do a ship guarantee for you guys and then fail over. I respect you. I respect your intelligence. But just know that we're going to do everything. I'm going to leave everything on the line to try to make it happen for you. And I can show you how here in a minute. Actually, if you guys allow me real quick to digress, because there's something I haven't been able to talk about, but that you get just coming in. You come in and remember that performance blogging and all that good stuff that Rory was talking about. Let me show you this real quick. So if you join today, right, you will get access to our members home here. Immediately, you will get access to the performance blogging training. And here, guys, in this video, if you get access to this video, to this overview, you will see, I will not talk about amounts here, but in that video, I show you, I am personally training you top to bottom here. Then once you're done with this training, you go to Rory's people and they will blow it up. But here, I show exactly how much income we can pull just from one little blog if you put the work to it. And I teach you watch over my shoulder style. So do as I do. I'm not going to talk and tell you go do it. I'm going to talk and I'm going to show you how I do it. Watch over my shoulder style. And I'm going to train you on how to build a perfect blog. Something that looks like this. Look at that. Amazing system. And how is that then with some of the tools inside here, which we can talk later, some of the other Omni AI tools, then you will be able to generate a ton of income from this blog. So you get access to that just today you get access to this by just, if you get your city, by default, you get access to all this stuff for free because you are now a city developer, right? So you get all that, and if you take action, and we will help you do this, we will help you do all this, period. And you can put a blog that will generate income for you. So all in areas and an effort to get everybody who comes and trusts us today, right? If you're watching this webinar, if this webinar is still up, if you're watching maybe the reply, if this is still up, if you join us today, we will make everything in our hands to make it happen for you, to get you to that break-even point as fast as possible. Some people, depending on your speed, your knowledge, will take longer than others. We also understand that, but we are honest here. We're trying to help as many people as possible, and you can make this happen. So let me come back here, stop sharing and come back to the slides, guys, so we can continue to show how is it. Okay, Manny, how then I get a seat? How I get the seat? Hey, Manny, so let's talk a little bit.
I'm going to tell you just for 1 second, you guys, this opportunity is massive. And we're explaining to you right now how you can participate with it. $795 a month, if you've never done business before, might sound like a lot, but when you see what this gives you, I also want you guys to know that, the RR247 family is already marketing across the globe. Almost every city is already having customers come into it. We also have big marketing contracts that are, tied with the Performance Giving Network that are launching and putting customers into these cities. So I want you guys to just understand, we're trying to get leadership in place for these cities. We're trying to get vested entrepreneurs that are going to come in and help us maintain the growth, help us build the teams, and we're going to teach you the way that we do it. We need more bodies to do this. You know, if it was me and I was like watching this presentation, I'd be going, wow, this sounds so good. Why do they need me? We need men. We need people, the right women and men behind it to share this, because no matter how much automation and how great the products and services are, we need people to carry the message out. We need people to work the blogs. We need people to work the social media marketing. We need people to work with the paid marketing and the people that bring in there to connect them with our message. You know, that's always going to need to be there. And we've got different levels here. You know, if this is scaring you, you know, we just get started. We're going to give you some different options here, but this is an amazing, amazing program. We've got, hundreds of cities already sold. We're selling new ones literally every day because the value's there, and the city's value goes up as we continue to market. You know, we've got cities that haven't been claimed, that have income coming into them, that's just waiting for somebody to be there as a city.
To grab it. Yeah, somebody to grab it. Their cities already generating income, waiting for somebody to grab it, because we cannot own them all. They don't let us.
And Manny, yeah, that's a really good point that Manny, you're on the same page as me, Manny. We already control, collectively, we only got so many to get, because it's, we didn't want this to be corporate owned and here it goes like everything before. We're trying to share the wealth. We're trying to really help the world so that we can roll out even more and more products and services, gain in new technologies that are going to come in decades to come. It's about, keeping the wealth machine rolling. We are here to share the economics and the growth of economic prosperity with everybody. It doesn't help to have a few rich. We need everybody to be successful. And this is a vehicle to do that. And hopefully you guys are seeing that. Go ahead, Manny.
100%. So to your right here, to the right of your screen, you see right there, you can join, you can deploy a hotspot on your city and own your city. So jump on, you will see your card. You can type the city you want there. Have a couple ready just in case somebody came in ahead of you and snatched the city you wanted out. So have a couple backups. But here, save this link. Save all this information we're giving you guys. Just make sure you go here and get your city as soon as you can. It's just $7.95 a month over 5 years. All this money on all this training and all these technologies that we're deploying is geo-fenced. So anything that happens on your city. So for example, like Rory was saying, it's you who make these companies valuable. It's that simple. Who makes Facebook valuable? Who makes Comcast valuable? It's you. If they don't have enough book of business, if they don't have enough people using their products, their companies fail. So how about sharing some of that wealth back to those people who made me so valuable as a company, right? So how much is Amazon worth? Why? Give it back to the people. Some of that wealth can go back to the people, and Amazon can continue still be rich, right? So what's the problem? Well, they love hoarding wealth. We don't, because how many private jets can a person have? Keeping it real with you guys. So yes, we all want to make enough in life. We here, everybody that you see in this call have been blessed enough we have already made enough. Now we want to bring all this wealth of opportunity to you. So click on the button, grab a city, and you will thank me later. Now I get it. There might be some people on the call, Rashid, saying, Manny, I get it, $7.95 a month over 5 years. I see the opportunity, but, we just came out of, see what's just happened in the world, shut down, things happening around. I just don't have that kind of money. I just don't have right now the ability to get a city. But is there another way, Rashid, that they can get involved? If they cannot buy a city, so if we have somebody on this call right now and they cannot get a city, how else can they get involved?
I'll take it. We've got.
You're here, Rashid? You're good?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Rashid, you want to go over this? Yeah, here we go, Rashid. Pay attention, guys.
This is actually, more your thing, Rory. But so we understood that the opportunity is not there for or the financial leverage is not there for a lot of people, especially at that rate. And so we realized that there are other opportunities within the organization for people to actually take home a part of their city. So what we've created is the agent and the team leader positions. So the team leader position is one under the city developer, where your monthly obligation is only $139 a month. That includes the paid version of television. You get paid TV with that. You receive 5% of all the services sold by you and your agents. So anything that any of your agents sell under your city, everyone could actually recruit agents if they like. And any of the agents that we put under your city usually fall under the team leader. So anyone that you guys get, you get 5% of the entire thing. So just, again, go back to that initial example that we talked about earlier, where you get 5 to 10% of everything running through your city. Here you are, you get 5% of everything that comes in under all of these applications and services and products.
Not only that, I must point out that you, for example, here's a team leader position. Here, you don't make 10% of everything on your city, but you do make 10% on every small business. Let's say you're a go-getter and you can go to businesses around your city and start telling people around this. So you make 10% of that. But you also, as a team leader, you can also bring agents, and we're going to get into the agent position here in a minute. But as a team leader, you can bring agents, and whatever their book of business is, you make 5% on that, 5% on everything that your agents make, and then 10% of everything that you directly make. So very important. The price to get at this level is $139 a month. Yes. This is a monthly in forever. You're pretty much licensing the rights to be able to offer all these services that we have been speaking, plus all the services that are coming in the future. You are licensing the rights to be able to offer that in your city, around, in not only anywhere, you can promote it online, anywhere that anybody gets your any service, any TV, any Prime One shot, any Amber, any hotspot, any Omni AI service, anything that moves through your agents or you make money. That's $139.
One other thing to note, if for some crazy reason the city developer in your city or the city that you wanted decides that, hey, I don't want to do this anymore, the team leads are you have the first right to become that city developer. And by that time, you would think that your financial position has changed and you can actually take over that city. Now, obviously, that's a very rare.
Not going to happen, man. That's not going to happen.
Occurrence, just because of
who's going to turn around something that is making positive ROI.
Yeah,
it makes no sense. But yeah, you never know. Somebody may say, "Yeah, I don't want it anymore." That happens. Then the team leader comes to pick that spot. We also considering if you're a good team leader that have done a lot of hustle, right? And you might even maybe possibly earn the position. But you will have to work a lot. But anyways, Rashid,
so if you look on the right of your screen, for those of you interested in this, if you look on the right of your screen, you'll see the actual link to become a team lead. But what you should do is take a listen to this right after. We have the other position, which is what we call our city agent. Now, the only contractual obligation that you have is a $495. Basically, you're purchasing a virtual helium.
One time. This is not monthly. This is agent, not monthly. You pay $495 once. You get a virtual helium with it, not a physical one, a virtual one. Same, it's just not physical. You make the same amount of money. You get that, and then you pay once. And then now, as an agent, you make 10% of everything direct. You cannot refer other agents. Your team leader picks that up if you refer people. So you may want to become a team leader because of that. That's the link that's still up here. But at the agent position, you make 10%. All paid services sold by the agents, regardless of location. That's what I like about this, Rashid, because it doesn't matter the location. They can do, those of us that love to promote online, these help us promote everywhere in the world. And
you can collect from everywhere. It doesn't matter. You're not geo-restricted. You can sell to anybody directly yourself.
Also receive considerations from every hub. So the considerations, once the Amber comes, they're going to be a grandfather in. We're going to talk about that later. We're going to have weekly webinars. Every Saturday we're here. We're helping you guys, answering any questions, especially those who are going through the blogging system, because the performance blogging that I just showed you there is what will get many of you the fastest to break even, guys. So, and not only break even, to actually sizable income, but I don't want to get into that. I'm offering stuff that people can grasp because, right now people need a side hustle, something that can inject some quick income within the next few months. And launching a business from scratch, Rashid, is very hard. So it will take 6 months or a year. So here in 2 months, if they go through that training and they execute like I explained on that training, Rashid, guess what? In 2 months, they can be making profitable income. Just like that, just following that training. We're not even talking hotspots, smart cities, and all the stuff that we spent 2 hours talking at the beginning. We're talking just that little piece of performance blogging that me and Rory have been talking so much and bragging so much about. That is very powerful and can make you guys a ton of money. So that's for anybody. It doesn't matter if you're agent, team leader, or city developer. Everybody gets the performance blogging training as kind of like an add-on bonus just when they join today. But we cannot keep this open for long, those extra bonuses. So that's it. That's it. Now in the city agent, if you guys want to join with the city agent position, so I'm going to remove my team leader. So if you want a team leader, that's your last chance. I did put the link in the chat, but I'm going to remove that offer. And I want to show you guys now, this is our agent position. This agent position here is where you can go and get your agent position. Make sure you go the city agent or city agent position or agent position in the back, pick it up. And here with just one-time purchase, guys, you get the rights to sell these 10% and all the things that I just covered. So that's pretty much the 3 levels. I think that here, Rashid, we're covering all the ranges. Rory, you would think here we are giving the ability to pretty much everybody who wants to get involved can get involved. Whether you are at a city level, you say yes, 10% of everything. That's the best option, guys. If you are not constrained by money and you have some money around, that's the best option. But I get it, team leader and agent is also very, very good options for you guys to pick up. And either way, get involved. Anyways, we're going to give you free TV. You're going to get involved, yes or yes, because not only the free TV that they're going to get today, they're going to be able to see all this stuff happening as well, guys.
I'm going to throw out something on this, and I'm realizing like this is a lot for people to take in, and a lot of times if people have too much information, which we may have given you, you want to freeze and not make a decision. Don't do that. Okay, here's what we're going to do, and there's no obligation. Make a decision. If you guys see it, I mean, everybody that can do a city should do a city. I'm telling you, like, I would take on more and more because I know what they do and we're seeing what they perform. However, let's say that, you don't feel comfortable jumping into that big and at least become like an agent, at least look at the team leader. But I'm going to tell you, make sure you get your information to us and be open that we're going to have somebody call you from RR247 just to walk you through it individually too. Answer questions, show you things, share in the whole prospect of what we do to build up. We can, I'll have my instructors work with you from the basics up so you understand this. If you're here, don't walk away empty-handed. You need to understand it. Like I tell everybody, I wish I could just reach through the screen, shake you and say, look, this is what you need. This is going to change your life and your family's lives forever. Let's go together. Let's get started. I can't reach through, so I need you to just make sure you get in contact with us and be open when we give you a call.
You can try though. Come on.
I want to, because you guys, nothing has been like this. We have it so complete. We have to walk you guys through it. And, and whenever money's always brought up, a lot of people are like, if you're not business-minded, you should be going like, oh, it's not going to take me that many customers to pay this off. This looks awesome. And if you're not business-minded, let us help you. I got people that started from nothing that are making, 6-figure incomes already. Let them talk to you. Let them share with you how they did it and put a plan together. Like, we've got the resources to help you. Don't walk away without getting at least another conversation with them.
This, Justin, I see that you are going. Any questions, guys, feel free to post it. I see some coming in.
I want to touch on one comment that got brought up by, I believe it's Kristen. And so one of the comments that were that people living in poverty can afford this. This is not the actual city developer, agent, and team leader positions. This is for the people getting involved to help get people out of poverty. Well, which is why we created the freemium model, right? You're giving away stuff for free. So there's going to be free services that you're giving away that are subsidized by the SDG Impact Fund, that are subsidized by all of the work that we're doing so that people who are living in poverty can actually have this stuff for free. With the intention of getting the banking, getting the wallet system going so that they can
provide the services. So
money.
You are going to become part of the infrastructure. We're
Right.
positioning. So you are in a private webinar right now, listening to an exclusive opportunity that will not be around in 4 months for now, if you ask me. I'll be honest with you guys. We are positioning city developers, team leaders, and agents. Once we have all the positions, the agents may still open, team leaders, we're debating, but I just want you to understand that then all these services that with your help, we're going to deploy, because all this network is being built, like I said at the beginning, out of your garage, your neighbor's garage, people's garage, right? So people can buy the hotspot without becoming an agent. People can buy an Amber without becoming an agent. That's not, people can use Prime One Chat, Prime One TV, and all these services. Small businesses, the barber, the nail salon, they will use the Omni AI tools and the services to empower the inner cities, the people around your communities. That's how you lift people out of poverty. Providing access to banking services, wallet system, credit reporting to people across the world that doesn't have access to it. That's how you lift people out of poverty. You will be with us helping lift people out of poverty.
And they're giving these away for free. Just keep in mind, guys, I just don't want to, you're just giving them away for free.
We make money the same way that Facebook makes money.
Same thing you do for Netflix. You're giving them away for free. And there are premium.
Hey, what's going on?
How does Facebook makes money?
Hey,
right?
I think I just heard Peter.
Oh, Peter, what's cooking, my man? So basically, that's what we're doing here. We're helping people get out of poverty through the services. We need you to get on. I also see another one that came in from Justin that he says, I don't have money. He's in a tight situation. Justin, there are several ways, agent, team leader, or city. When you come on and you see this on the inside, we're talking. And once you go through that training, you'll see you'll see the possibilities and all that is here. So I don't know what you guys have to do, but if you guys can jump in, I understand that everybody's situation is different. We're trying to accommodate everybody, but get involved, guys, because this opportunity is huge and it's not going to be around for long. So any other questions? What else we got here? Any questions? Any questions?
Let's give out that free TV code.
Oh yes,
let them know
free TV. What is so basically you need to go if you want your free TV. So let's go to let me remove the offer. Where's my free TV? Files.
While you're doing that, yes, Jan asked, will the network grow out of the U.S.? Yes, we're only starting in the U.S. now just because the base infrastructure started here, but we're already growing in other countries. We're in Canada, the UK, all these places are next. So Australia, and then we're getting into all of the other countries throughout Europe and Asia. So and South.
All right,
America.
guys.
Actually, I believe South America is coming up next as well. So all of this stuff is coming in.
All of it is coming. So on the chat box, I'm putting a link. It says getprime1tv.com, getprime1tv.com. Over there, make sure as you go through it, download the app and check out that you enter the coupon code free TV. Free TV. That page, I also coded it, Rashid, so that, especially for our people here, so that when they go on, you will be reminded about entering your coupon. So I want to make sure nobody forgets to enter the coupon. Otherwise, it doesn't activate the free version, because otherwise everybody gets free, but I want to give you the free premium version, not just the free Discovery Channel and National Geographic that is still free for everyone regardless. we want to give you the full premium experience of the TVH chat so that you guys can check it out and see for yourself the level and the quality of apps and things that we are already building for you guys. You guys can come out tomorrow and start offering this and making 10%.
So
no caps, Ryan. There's no caps. No caps.
No caps. Yeah, all lowercase.
This is not an affiliate network. This is a whole different business. We are redefining value. That's what we're doing here. We are redefining. We want to compensate you for the real value that you're adding to all these networks and services and systems. So that's what we're doing here. So, yeah. Do caps matter on the code? No. You can put it all lower caps. Should do. I thought that you were saying caps as of my marketing engine kicked in, and I was like, he's talking affiliate network. He's talking no. So he's talking about all caps in terms of cap locks.
Yeah,
no.
Lowercase, all lowercase, not caps.
All lowercase, free TVs. So free TV, you can get that there. Is there anything else? How you get started? Again, 3 levels, Rashid. You can be an agent. That's $495. You can become a leader. That's $139 a month. And you can become a city developer. Our best and biggest opportunity here, which is own the city and make all that money. I am really humble, Rashid. I really want to thank you guys all for being here today. If there's any other questions that you guys have, we are here. Feel free to reach out to us after we finish. We continue to make ourselves available for you. Any other questions, any other things that you may have, please reach out to us in private. Justin, my man, I want you to reach out, especially with me. We want to help people out, but we need hustlers. We need people that comes to work. So reach out to me, please. But man, please, everybody get involved.
Justin,
we want to build a better future.
Yeah, guys, just keep in mind that, this may seem like an odd thing to hear just out of the blue like that, but you guys will be hearing more and more about us. And,
you will hear a lot. And the next couple of weeks, Richie, will be intense because what is being deployed on the city servers will impact the whole globe. But I cannot talk about that yet. But believe me, guys, powerful things are coming. And just because you're here on this webinar, your eyes will open. Now will start to see things, and you will remember this webinar, and as things unfold in real life, you will see it, guys. So get involved in any way, shape, or form that you can, please, because I cannot stress this enough. This will literally change humanity. That's our goal. That's our mission. And we're inviting you. This is a window of opportunity that will be here until the cities last, until the team positions last, until maybe the agent position last. But as those goes off, this webinar will be taken out too. We'll not be doing many of these anymore, Rashid, because we're pretty much there. So I just want to make sure, guys.
This falls right into the decentralized model. It's the reason that we're doing it just to the public and not handpicking anyone. Handpicking are the people who just raise their hand.
First come, first serve. There's no privilege here. First come, first serve. There's no privilege. This is the people's network. So thank you so much for being here, guys. I truly appreciate it. Please reach out to us with any other questions that you guys may have. And on behalf of me, Rashid, Rory, Peter, Keith, and all the team here at the Prime Performance Giving Network, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the family, because even if you just join through one of our free apps, the free TV, you are already part of the Performance Giving Network. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy life and become a better self of yourself. This is your boy, Manny Hernandez. And remember, it's not about the money. It's about the freedom.
Thank you.
Absolutely.